You're listening to the Warlord Radio podcast.
All right, so let's start it off.
Hold up, before we get started, we have great guests on today. By the way, you're listening to Warlord Radio straight from Jason's house, USA.
Right.
This is something I'm kicking around. It's not a thing yet, but I'm going to roll with it.
That's right.
Before we introduce our awesome guests, I have a question for Craig. I was reading on your Facebook page. You guys played at the Blue Note on Saturday, correct?
We did.
And the show
allegedly.
went very well, allegedly. The show went very well, except all you said on social media was like, I was going to stab this motherfucker with a spear. And for those of you that don't know Craig's got a giant fucking spear on stage.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened?
There was that one drunk asshole.
He was just that's case closed
dude,
on that.
And he played the part to the hilt.
Oh,
so John will play his bass, and he'll go out in the audience because he's got a wireless kit set up. And at one point, the guy, like, bear hugs him to try to keep him from playing.
Are you fucking serious?
And not like in a friendly way or like people bumping into
like,
him.
haha, I got you, buddy.
No, like hardcore, like grabbed him. And so Alex, who's also got a wireless, he went down and it kind of like bumped him. And then John kind of gave him the, like, pushed him away with his,
off,
like,
man.
forcefully, like, kind of like hit him in the knee, and the guy, like, stumbled away. Well, the guy didn't give up. So at the end of the show, I bring the spear back out, and the guy aggressively tries to grab it and yank it out of my hand.
Well, that's a horrible idea.
So I'm armed, and I'm not afraid to use it. So I grab both ends of it and jab it about 1/4 of an inch from his eye.
Whoa.
Point at him, flip him off, and I was like, don't fucking do that again. Damn. Well, he started to reach like it again, so I pushed the spear like at the back of the stage, and I was waiting for him to come up and try to grab something because I was just going to kick him off the stage.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and then somebody kind of like filtered him out because they saw him getting rowdy, but it was, he almost made a fatal mistake because I would have just like fucking like poked that guy right in the face.
That is fucking metal as shit. Thank you for not disappointing on the story. All right, our guests today are straight here from our hometown of Denton, Texas. That is where we're, I didn't mean Jasonstown, USA, not Denton, Texas. My bad. Local jokes get local work. We are joined with PainÜs today. And that's with Pain, umlaut, us.
Is that the proper pronunciation?
There's some that will say,
you
like
can say PainÜs.
I was going to say, like, PainÜs, but...
Yeah. So it's to whoever wants to call it.
All right, so members, who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Josh, and I work at a place called WoolMed, and I work in the rehab department, do that. I'm also in another band, Run the Asylum, and we've played with Silver Tongue Devil like one time.
What do you play?
Drums.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And you played drums in both?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. And you're a good drummer.
Thank you.
I'm here to pander.
Joey play vocals and guitar. So I've been playing.
And then you do like bass every now and then, correct?
Yeah. If needed, I guess recording wise and all.
So for people that don't know, you're a two-man band.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
How would you guys describe your sound?
It's tough.
Don't worry about what someone else would think. How would you describe it?
To me, straight, like just two-man thrash band. Two-man thrash band is the best way I could say it.
I agree with that.
To me, it's extremely punk, very heavy, metal. So a lot of fury, and I think what the cool thing that we do is that like a split, guitar and bass, to two different amps. Josh, he plays a lot of blast beats, so it kind of helps, kind of cover areas. So
really, it creates a really driving sound.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. One thing that we also like to do is like leave a lot of echo, slapback, I guess, on vocals. That way, it kind of keeps, like an atmosphere and all that. So it sounds like it's a full band, but it definitely as a two-man band, I would say there's hints of blues, there's hints of funk, we're definitely, like sons of Rage, so we love Rage Against the Machine, but definitely our heart is definitely in thrash and metal.
And I've known Joey here for years now. We've been friends for a very, very long time.
Yes, sir.
And I've known his whole family. We're all good friends, and you come from a really versatile musical background anyway. Like you've done, in the entire time that I've known you, I've heard you play almost every style that I can play, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you match me style for style. So like, tell us a little bit about like how you came up music-wise? Because I feel like that's an interesting story. I know it, but the people don't.
Okay. Well, my father, I started playing. I was about 9.
Playing what?
Guitar.
Okay.
I think the first thing, Chris, my sister, she listened to that stupid ass the Grease soundtrack, like that.
Hey, stupid man! You
Summer Lovin', that stupid ass song,
yeah.
Summer Lovin'.
No,
but it's a
fight you over
simple
Grease.
3-chord progression. So I learned that on a single note, and I was like, maybe I'll get this guitar. And my dad, he bought a bass.
Like a stand-up or a guitar?
What's that?
Like a stand-up bass or like a guitar?
Guitar. It's electric bass, a Fender, Music Master.
Nice. That was my first bass, actually.
Yeah. So he bought that, and I remember on a Saturday morning, I heard him playing Down on the Corner from CCR.
Yeah.
And just real easy that dun 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 dun, and I'm like, man. He's like, hey, you want to learn this? I was like, yeah, I can. And sure enough, there you go. And he's like, here's your instrument. And that was it, man. And ever since then, I was stuck on the bass. So
your whole family plays for the most part.
Yeah,
you've got brothers and sisters, and you guys, they all played in a band together, and you guys traveled a bit, right?
It started with Tex-Mex, yeah. That's how it started.
Was it mostly
ever since then, yeah,
Morenos?
his idea was that he wanted... I don't even know what his idea was, but he just wanted to have some kind of band, because one thing my mom said, you're not going to play in a band. It's like, well, but kids play, and it's not that bad, So
this is my theory, because
loophole.
I know Balthazar Moreno have for a while now, and I think he was just like, I have all these kids, and I don't have to pay them that much.
Yeah, that's true. He made all the money, dude, for real, man.
I respect you so much,
We're
sir.
happy to make $20, man. I was like, fuck yeah.
We all know you shield
meal.
As a kid, dude, when you're 12, 13 years old, making money like that, I was like, holy shit, we made $20, So that's how it started. But this is where it kind of turned, though. As I got older, I hung out with kids that were skating, and obviously they had older brothers. I didn't have an older brother, but they had there was a lot of punk influence, I'm talking Circle Jerks,
Rancid, of course.
And not even Rancid was even around back then, dude. I'm talking early '80s punk.
Suicidal, DRI.
Yeah,
Okay.
DRI, Suicidal.
SOD.
Yeah, SOD. Dude, they were on that, and so I was like, well, my dad didn't know how to play that.
Right.
In fact, the equipment we had, it couldn't even make that sound. So my dad's like, well, there's this thing called a distortion pedal. I was like, that you. So for my
distortion pedal changed my life.
So
as well.
a Boss DS1 was one thing I wanted for Christmas, and from there on, I was like, once I heard I could sound like these guys, that's when it took off.
So who did you try at the time? Who were you trying to model your sound on?
Metallica.
Okay.
Metallica.
See,
Metallica
You
was
speak in Jay's
Master of
language.
Puppets was the one that I listened to over and over and over again on a Sony.
Where all of my rhythm comes from.
Jason will straight up unabashedly nowadays be
Master
like,
Puppet.
fuck yeah, Metallica, eat my balls, I love Metallica.
I don't know about now, but back then, man, they were the
Jason
shit,
doesn't
man.
give a fuck. He still rocks Metallica.
My
all the
father
time.
couldn't teach me how to play like that, so I had to find out, and still playing bass to Hano, decided, hey, this is how it worked. I got grounded one summer stealing one summer, stealing baseball cards, and so my father gave me a few options, you could have the phone, which I didn't have much friends, you can play Nintendo, which I wasn't that good at it anyway, or you can watch TV, or you can have guitar, and not many people know our family. We had a room way back because we had a good area that we lived at. We had a little house way out in the back, a little practice studio. And so little did they know, I could just go there with my tapes and I could just play, press rewind, press rewind, press rewind. And that's what I would do just to figure out songs. And next thing you know, I was playing Master of Puppets like no other. And it was and just practice, man. And that was, I had to have been probably 11, 12 years old, just for stealing baseball cards, and to me, it's what, while I'm in here, I might as well learn the drums. I might as well learn the bass, I might as well, just like learn how to
Become
sing.
as multifaceted
Yeah, because
as
I
possible
knew
'cause
like
you have
back
fucking
then,
time to kill.
yeah, being like in junior high, I was like I didn't know like what role because I wanted to be in a band, and so I thought, you know what, I just want to like make sure that I'm in a band somehow, like so, and somehow I just stuck with bass. Bass became like my instrument, but I mean, it's nice to actually finally play guitar. I don't shred, I hate it, but because to me, I don't want to be like one of those people that. I don't know, they say masturbate, like it looks like he's masturbating on the guitar, like, like, nah, I'm not that kind of cat. So,
No,
anyways,
Like
I
some
make
Bay
fun of those
Malmsteen.
kinds of cats, but I mean they're everywhere, and some of them are really good. And
Nah.
even Diesel Beast is fucking guilty of that shit for sure.
yeah, nah. But anyways, that's where that became, so, and that's up to now, that's how, like, metal's always been in my life. Thrash music's always been in my life, so.
Right on, man. Well, Josh, same
Yeah.
question. No, hold up. We're shifting around. I'm stuck, bro.
It's a
You
big
can't-
door, dude.
Shit.
Right.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. Yeah.
Fucking
So, what's been your metal journey?
Thanks, Greg.
So, I guess when I started playing drums, I was, 5th grade. So what is that? 11.
No shit.
But it was snare drum, just in like
Was it like for band or something? Yeah.
beginning band.
Okay.
So prior.
Why drums? Like, was it just because that's what your parents would get you, or you wanted to do it and you knew you wanted to do it, or?
Ever since I was like 2, when I could remember, and like when I was in daycare, someone took a picture of me, and that day I found as many pots and pans as I could, like toys, set them up on the ground like a drum set, and I was just like playing on them.
Yeah.
And someone took a picture of me, and then I like saw that, and I've always wanted to play drums when I was like.
So you were just a kid, and you were like, I look fucking awesome in that picture.
Can't wait to get
Was
one.
was there something that stuck with you when you were little, like, like
A performance,
you
yeah.
saw somebody play, or you saw a picture, or something.
Or were you
set
just looking
off?
at your own picture like, I am so fucking cool, guys.
I'm supposed to play drums.
Supposed to play drums. It looks so good on me.
And that would be legit. if
It
that
would
was
be
the
legit.
case.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't judge you for that.
So, anyways, started beginning band, and what's funny is I came home from the first day because we got to try like all the instruments and stuff.
Right.
And my mom was like, "Did you try other instruments besides drums?" And I was like,
You're like, fuck other instruments.
"No."
So you were just like, I'm going
I
to do
was like,
drums.
I'm playing drums. That's what I tried. She's like, "You're not playing drums." And I was like, "You have to try
Dude.
at least 3 other instruments."
When
like,
I was
"Are
a
you
kid,
kidding
yeah,
me?"
no, when I was a
Threw the
kid,
biggest fit, dude.
when I was a kid, my mom was straight up like, you can't play drums. And I was like, what a bitch. That's so mean. Why would you do that? And now I have a kid. And I'm like, fuck that. Dude, I could not listen to you try and get good for 4 years.
Right.
Like,
Just mangling beats.
so eventually your parents broke down
Yeah,
because
so-
you play drums now.
I played drums, and
So
then,
you won.
What was your what was your first kit?
Man, they don't even make them. Do you guys remember Mars?
Oh yeah.
No.
Mars Music.
Oh, yeah,
The
Mars
store.
Music.
Dude, Mars was the shit.
That's where they
So you
got
just
it.
had like store brand shell
It
drums.
was,
That's
it was
sweet.
like $350 kit. It was a Starion.
That's all you need, man.
You heard of the Starion?
You're a kid.
No, I've never heard of a Starion.
They don't. I guess they don't make it anymore. But yeah, that's what it was. And man, I used that kit for like
So when you
way longer than I should have.
when you very first started playing drums, I'm like, you started like really playing a kid. Like, who were you listening to a lot of? Like, what
Yeah,
were you
so-
into?
This is kind of funny. I don't know. Have you guys heard
Aqua.
Primer 55?
Yes.
Wow, that's a deep cut, man. That is a deep. I have not
Yes.
thought about that band in decades.
Metallica, Kill 'Em All
Nice.
was like one of my. Man, I used to just binge that. Yeah, not a lot of Slayer. That's what's interesting.
Yeah.
Lamb of God, As I Lay Dying. A little bit more later. I'm a lot younger, I guess.
How old are you?
29.
Oh shit. Okay.
So,
What about like earliest influences, like right when you first played?
so Rage Against the Machine
Yeah, you mentioned
is
that.
when I first got my drum set. I went through every single song and just tried to play every single one.
Yeah.
and just try to like by memory even. And
there's always that one band for everybody where I feel like they stick when they very first pick up an instrument. They're like, okay, I can kind of do this. So they like that's kind of where they build from. You know, build the rest of it from.
There's another band, PainÜs.
Fuck yeah, PainÜs. And I realize the metal community does not always push up on PainÜs, but I'm a bass player, so go fuck yourself, because Les Claypool smokes your fucking...
he's
Even
badass.
the drums were just so...
The whole sound, I mean, it's...
And just...
Guitar's way underrated because it's got Les Claypool in it, but the guitar, he was actually in Possessed.
He could play ambient.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The cool thing about I see PainÜs, just like any jam band in a way, they just know how to gel together perfectly.
Very much so.
And the bassist is awesome. The guitarist is awesome. The drummer is awesome too.
Actually, you just gave me an awesome, because that's an awesome segue into my next line. You are a 2-piece band. PainÜs typically rolls 3-piece.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when you start, I feel like the deeper you go into metal, just like the more dudes there are in your band.
Right.
Until you hit folk metal and there's 14 people in your band.
Right. Which I love.
But you guys are a duo, and we kind of touched on that earlier, but we were talking shit outside, smoking cigarettes and stuff. Like, how easy is it for you guys to operate with just 2 guys? It's just because you're already hanging out anyway.
Dude, it's extremely easy, man. It's so fucking easy, man. It's really cool.
Anybody out there listening to this in a band, getting fucking more than 3 people together at any given time is not just a chore. It's like a labor of love. It is pushing a rock uphill.
It's like the relationships that you don't even expect. I mean, and the cool thing about it being 2 people is we've talked about having a bassist. We've talked about having more people, but. Yeah. The thing is that we're working pretty good. I think our sound is loud enough, and that's all we're looking for.
No, your sound is very, very powerful, and as a bassist, it hurts me to admit this because you see that duos, they usually omit the bass, and that's fine. You guys don't need me, but it doesn't really. With your sound, you fill it out still. It's still a full, complete sound. I guess is my point.
We'll keep this in mind. I'm a bassist playing guitar. You know, I've always been a bassist. I mean, and that's I always told. My brother, Joe Moreno, he
shout out to the Barnyard Boys.
Absolutely, because he put that up.
I know, right?
For real, he's I told him, why do you play guitar solos so well? I was like, well, because I play it like bass, And I was and he's like, well, then, how do you play bass? I was like, I play it like guitar, I just do chords. So it's kind of just vice versa, and that's the cool thing, man. I mean, so. It's we kind of figured a way how to make a really full sound just for 2 people,
Right.
And we've talked about it. I mean, we've had multiple conversations sitting outside, just chilling, and we're like, dude, would it be cool for another people? But Josh has always said, no, dude, I think we're all right. I think we're all right.
It does. I have to admit, in my opinion, it gels very well, and not to mention it's interesting to see. You see 2 guys on stage, but it's still a killer full sound.
Right.
That's an impressive thing to watch, especially when you're at bars and we were talking about with metal. The heavier your band or whatever, the more niche your metal band, the more fucking people are in it.
Right.
And then you see a duo come up and rock shit. So, I mean, that's really interesting to me. And I think for your vibe, in my opinion, it works as a fan.
Mm-hmm. But so, Carrek's seen you live.
Yes, I have.
And I've only listened to what you have posted online.
Yes, sir.
So how long have you guys been jamming together?
It's about a little over 2 years-ish.
Yeah.
I think it's going on 3, right?
Yeah, we're close to 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, but and what's funny is you're relatively newcomers to the scene, but what's good is because so many bands will just pop up. It's we got 5 dudes together. Here's some Satan songs, fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
But you guys have a really strong foundation already, so you're kind of primed and ready to go.
Well, here's the thing though. What took a while though is because back in the day, song wise, because I've been a bassist forever, right?
Right.
He's obviously he's drums, so we had to make a choice. I was well, if we're gonna actually be a band, we have to write songs.
Yeah.
And I've never really been the songwriter ever, so that took a while to actually say what can I do? What can I say? Where is this gonna go? What's it gonna be about? And that was like the challenge is like, okay, well, first of all, my concern was we need to be a band first and like actually just like know how to like, because you guys know how a band works, right? Where you know you just look at a person, you know where they're gonna go.
Yeah,
that's what we needed to know. Like we needed to find like get that feel for each other. That way we could like be like, all right,
where you could like just kind of look at each other and be like, I'm about to change, and you already know it.
Being two people, you know, like and imagine like being live, you're gonna have to like figure like there's gonna be some improv.
There's physical cues for sure.
Like, so I mean, and so we needed to get that down right away, you know. So and that what happened was after that, I was like, okay, now that we can play, you know, like okay, well we need to write some songs. And what happened was we jammed a little bit, you know. It's like, all right, well, that's a cool one. And that's one thing that we did is we recorded all our jam sessions, and we would pick the ones that we thought sounded really cool. And then from there, I was like, okay, well, I'll see if I can write along, you know. And I would just start writing lyrics to it. And from there, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, if it sounds cool. He's like, all right, cool. And I was like, all right. We just started just writing along, and that's it, man. That's how I just started. But it took that long though, man, in order to get that.
I'm curious as to what it is for you personally. When I'm writing a song or something like that, like I'm either kicking it around in my head for like a year before I solidify anything, or it just kind of all pours out at one time and then it's like out of my head. I'm like, what is it like for you? How do you write a song typically? Like, or is there any one way, or is there no way? Do you just fucking pull it out of the air? Or?
Nah, man, it's real simple. We just hang out. If it sounds cool, you know, we'll keep that.
Fuck you, two-person band,
PainÜs. If it sounds cool, if it's got a good riff, if it sounds good, I think, like, man, like, that makes, like, if we like it, that's what we're going to push.
So, Josh, do you contribute lyrically, or do you just help with music, or are you just hey, Joey, good job, buddy? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's like, hey, I have an idea, come over, and then we'll hang out, and then he'll play, and then I'll just make up a beat, and then we record it, and then we'll listen to it,
right?
Have another beer or two, and then we're like, all right, let's do it again.
Do you ever have ideas for drums coming into it? You're like, I imagine it to be like a thrash beat, or I imagine it to be slow here.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, but I trust this guy, though.
Well, of course, but I just mean, like, do you ever, like, hey, could you do this? Or vice versa. Do you ever tell him, you're like, oh, dude, you play this part faster or something? You know what I mean?
Like, do you guys have a pretty good idea of what PainÜs sounds like?
Kind of. No, well, actually, yeah, it's you know, it's tough, man. That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
To me, I would say yeah, in a way, because I want it heavy, I want it loud.
Yeah.
You know, for two people, it has to be loud.
I agree with that.
And I mean, I don't know, Josh.
I'm not. It's in. I guess technicality is not a big thing. So you know.
Normally, people will not admit that, even if it's completely true. But you're just like, no, fuck it. I'm just gonna play drums. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we're trying to go for I think the big thing is going for the groove.
Yeah.
You guys are very groove oriented for how fast and heavy you are, and
to the
you know what I mean.
Man,
yeah,
because like I said, I mean heavy. I mean I don't know if you like White Zombie, you know, their earlier music, you know. I mean like L6 Source, you know, like that shit right there. Somebody once said like all we were going was with cool, and I'm like I can go with that, you know.
Yeah.
And then around that time, you know, Rage was there too. It's like man, like that's some of the most memorable albums of all time, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and it's like, you know what?
That band
for
was
two people to do that, you know, and
perfectly.
to keep memorable stuff, and being a bassist too, man. I mean, because you know, like funk lines, you know, like you played bass, you know, like Papa was a Rolling Stone kind of thing, you know. I mean, that's an easy bass line that everybody can recognize, right?
But it's a solid, catchy groove.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like trying to capture that, you know, and make it into a very heavy song, you know. I mean, yeah, there's rage in there, there's thrash in there, so it's a combination, you know. But being two people, you know, it's tough, you know, because like one thing that I've heard so much that I hate. It's like, oh, the White Stripes. And it's like, oh, no, we're not the White Stripes. And we're not, I mean, so it's like, no, we're not trying to be that.
I typically have a rule where I'm not trying to bag on any musicians, famous or not, on this podcast. This is very much about musician love, but Meg White is a fucking terrible drummer. I went there. That's a hot take on Meg White.
No, actually, though, I think she was solid for what it was, man. I mean, imagine, like, I don't know, like, if there's a backdrop and some kind of, like, picture that you needed, she was the backdrop, I mean, it worked.
I guess, man.
Nah, I think it's good, dude. I totally dig it, man. I think they're great. I
mean, Jack White's really good, though.
Yeah, actually.
All right, so what is the first song you guys wrote together?
Man, what was it?
El Niño's Hit Parade. Yeah.
Is that one of the ones that you're gonna?
No, wait.
Because how we do this, like we don't really ask them what songs they're gonna put on our podcast until we actually do the podcast.
Hard to breathe. It was hard to breathe.
Hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Do you guys still play it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's still favorable. It's not like your first song. You're like.
No, it's awesome, man. It was really cool.
It was one of our slower ones for sure, but it's like groovy, and then there's definitely some like rage.
Nice. Yeah. So let me turn that on you. What's the first song Diesel Beast wrote?
Necron 99.
It was?
It started off, Jason had a riff.
Is it pretty similar now to what it was when you?
It's almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right like there's like
I transposed it to E. I wrote the riff in D.
That's right.
And I actually wrote it in drop D, and immediately when I brought it into them, they were all like, "Fuck you!
I am not playing in drop D."
It's like, just transpose it, and I was like, "All right, I'll put it in E," and I just transposed it up a step. And
nice.
I personally believe that a bass guitar sounds like shit in drop D. That's another hot take. Two hot takes. Meg White's not a great drummer, and bass guitars sound like shit in drop D, in my opinion. Those are my hot takes. We are going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back. Guys, what is the first song you're going to give us?
We are going to give you Hard to Breathe.
Hard to Breathe.
This is Hard to Breathe by PainÜs from Jasonstown, USA, a.k.a. Denton, Texas, a.k.a. Mockingbird Sounds. This is Warlord Radio and Hard to Breathe.
we're back.
So, what was the name of that last song, guys? It's your second song. We fuck this up every time. We're going to eventually smooth this portion out.
Or not. It might be part of the thing.
It's a surprise to us, too. I mean,
The second one?
Well, what's the second one you're going to give us? Because that's what we're coming out of.
The next one we're going to call is called They.
They.
It's.
What's funny is you said you don't really listen to Slayer, and you did, but that one has kind of a Slayer-y vibe a little bit.
Yes, it does. Yeah. To me,
double bass.
There was a moment when I was watching some World War One documentaries, and because you see everything about two, but like nobody really like talks about the first war, and so I mean, and apparently it was one of the most brutal wars, so I thought,
it was unlike anything the world had seen at the time. That's for damn sure.
I mean, it brought us.
Or since, if you can, 100,000 people dying in a day.
In a day.
Oh, yeah.
In a single, one battle.
And not because of a dropped bomb, but like close
trench warfare,
close quarters shooting or hand-to-hand combat.
Mustard gas.
A large city just gone.
Ask the fucking Romanovs about how impactful World War I was.
See, and that you hear so much about two, the second one, but it's just to
That's
me.
because Hitler's such a great villain. World War I was much more political.
It sets you up,
I feel like Stalin doesn't get his due because Stalin
he was a horrible piece of shit as well.
5 times as many people as the fascists did.
Yeah. And just under the guise of just like, hey, everybody work really hard or you're going to die.
Yeah, it's like I feel like that all of the negative attention goes to Hitler. And I'm not saying he should get good. What I'm saying is that if you look at what happened under Stalin, it dwarfs anything that the Nazis did.
That is
which
true.
is insane to think that you're like,
in terms
wow,
of body count,
the greatest evil ever, Hitler. Oh wait, there's more.
Oh, it was the guy that fucking
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mussolini also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pol Pot. So there's a lot of horrible, really shitty people in the world. You two are not them. We're glad to have you on the show. By the way, this is Warlord Radio, and we're back here with PainÜs. So, you were listening to a bunch of World War I or watching a bunch of World War I documentaries to get kind of the inspiration for the Slayer-esque song, They.
Somewhat, yeah. And I just thought, we first started with the song, and I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and lay lyrics on it. And it just kind of came over one weekend, just hung out and was like,
Because there's fucking 2 of you.
Yeah, I know, which is the great thing about it.
Hey, you want to hang out this weekend? Sure.
Yeah.
All right, new song is written.
Yeah, so we just kind of went over it, and he's like, okay, cool, and really, I wrote it really quick, and sometimes I look back at it, and it's like, maybe I should have changed it. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it. So the lyrics are up. They should be on SoundCloud.
Okay.
So I mean, y'all are more. I mean,
Well,
to
go
me,
ahead.
it's always up to folks to check it out and see what they think. Because there's more stuff in it. I don't really make it so, clear. There's always some kind of hidden message. Because that's what I think about. And that's the thing though. That's the difference between me being with other bands and all. He always gives me the ability to just write whatever I feel, and he trusts me, right? But I also want to just try to write songs that bring a question, I guess. That way it's like what really is he's saying, So
Interesting.
So there you go. So whatever.
So you're a riddle wrapped inside an enigma,
Somewhat.
and not just a pretentious musician.
So
drink another beer.
how many songs total do you guys have?
I'd say about 12, 13, maybe. 14,
Shit, really?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what's
We've only
the-
been together 2 years.
That's good.
Two guys.
What's the average length of your songs? Are they 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes?
No, it's about 4 to 5. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, because we always try to go ahead.
Well, we do have a couple songs that, even though they stop, they immediately carry over, and we just keep playing.
So you
Does
have
that
like a
make
definite
sense?
flow. Like like if you were doing a live show, you would just play it all the way through like that.
Just for like two of the songs though.
That's a good trick, and I feel like it's underutilized. Like you're there to like, and this is true for any musician. I don't care how fucking brutal or underground or whatever the fuck you think you are. You are on that stage to fucking like entertain people, like
exactly.
in whatever way.
Yes,
You're thought provoking. Maybe you want to entertain them by provoking dark thoughts. Maybe you want to do what we do and just be like, hey, muscle wizards with axes and shit. And then, or you know what you guys do? It's like you guys take me back to like if I had heard PainÜs in high school, I would have followed you guys around like a doe-eyed school girl. I'd be like, oh my god, these guys are so great. They're so brutal. Their name is PainÜs. That's a dick joke. This is amazing. There's an umlaut. Honestly, the umlaut would have sold me immediately.
Yeah, that was kind of the.
So I'm killing it on segues tonight, and I feel like I'm enhancing that by calling them out. And I wanted to talk about your name, because you've had a little bit of friction for what is, first off, anatomically correct for the most part, except for the umlaut.
Right.
And like it's just not that fucking offensive when you think about the other bands that are out there. So like your name is PainÜs. It is a bit of a dick joke, but also you guys are like bros, and sometimes you feel each other's hurt. So it's like works on multiple levels.
Yeah.
But like you have had friction of getting booked just because your name is a wiener, right?
Yeah.
That makes
apparently.
me fucking sad for you guys.
Josh,
I
go.
mean, a little, I guess. Or at least, I don't think so. Because I mean, when there's like butthole surfers, I mean that's.
See, and that's still like,
Yeah, it's okay.
I was in high school. I listened to a band that most metalheads are familiar with called Anal Cunt.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
yeah,
mean, like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I fucking picked up that album because the name of that band was
Right.
Anal Cunt. And I was like, I want to know what Anal Cunt sounds like.
Right.
And
Absolutely,
there's even,
man.
Like, Crucifix. And
Yeah,
the
Crucifix
I'm like,
too, man.
are you kidding?
What is
REO
this
Speed
band?
Dealer. You know, you guys remember REO Speed Dealer? Yeah,
we
dude.
played
I mean,
with
like,
a band called Accidental Incest.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Which, like, if I had to choose between two bands for my kid to listen to, I'm still going with PainÜs is anatomically correct. And I would just be like, that's the Weenie Band. And he'd be like, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're
yeah.
not going to listen to Accidental Incest. Even though you don't have sisters or brothers, like, we're just not going to go there with you. You're 5.
Not till 10.
Yeah, not till 10. You
Right.
you really pick up the weird kinks at 10.
Well, the cool thing about
Gross.
the name, you know, I mean, we actually just laughed about it.
I love it, and this logo. We didn't set up the cameras tonight, but these guys brought me this fucking sick Ashton Kutcher style trucker hat for me to chug PBRs in.
Right on.
And it's your logo. It's a simple font, but it's still like it convey. Yeah. Get a picture of the hat. We'll put it on the.
There you go. Got it. Bam.
See, I love my PainÜs swag, by the way. Thanks, guys. Yeah. But so anyway, it's a simple design. But it conveys everything about you guys. Like I look at that, and it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes total fucking sense.
Well, consider the umlaut with 2 dots as 2 people. You know, like we like to like use that as like a symbolic kind of thing. It sounds stupid, but
you
know,
guys
like,
make me so sad that I'm in Diesel Beast with this fucking guy over. Because we like talk and we're all friends and we hang out. These guys are like skipping through cornfields together, just like we're life partners, and it's wonderful. And you don't care about anybody judging you, and you just want to put good. And it's just fucking beautiful what you guys are doing.
Actually, you know,
And you named your band after a cock.
PainÜs, yeah. This is good.
We were just drinking beer one night and like
Seems to be another theme common in your
love beer,
story.
tequila too.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So you guys run off pure beer and friendship.
Yeah.
I'm fucking jealous. Like everybody should strive to be more like PainÜs.
Well, see, nobody knows this though. Too, we work together. You know, we actually work at the same company, different departments. But you know.
Oh, so you literally just see Josh more than you see your wife and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
That was great.
But the cool thing is that, you know, I'm like, hey man, you get cool to jam this weekend? He's like, maybe or not. So that's the cool thing because we've discussed like there might be times where you know, like if you had a third party, we'd have to ask hey, are you cool to practice this weekend?
No,
You know,
that's
and
exactly
they might be.
it.
I was gonna say,
no.
yeah, you don't have to fucking tell us.
No, it's yes or no
Like,
with two people.
Here, let me tell you what it's like,
It's a
two-man
lot
band.
easier with two people. So I mean, it's kind of like, well, and I've asked them over and over again, like, is it okay if we add somebody else? He's like, no, I think we're fine. It's like, okay, cool.
I honestly, and I'm not going to weigh in on your musical career or whatever, but I think it gels, like the two of you guys together.
We think
and
so,
your
too.
fucking
Yeah.
beautiful hetero bro love that I'm super jealous of, man. Like, I wish I had a friend like you guys have friend. Like, this is bullshit. Like,
Right.
I'm so sad over here in my trucker hat, chugging my PBRs by myself.
Right. So where do you guys practice at?
Son of a bitch.
My house.
Yeah? Do you
yeah.
Have a room soundproofed or a garage or what's up?
Actually,
just a room.
it's just, he has
very
this,
small room.
fuck, it's a tiny little home studio. I've been in there, I've jammed. It's a great space.
Is it as big as this room?
No, hell no.
No,
Fuck no.
no,
It's
it's
probably
a-
as big as the kitchen in there.
It's a tiny room. The cool thing though, that how it's designed. I mean, this is actually one of my, just because the house I used to live at prior to had a bigger area, it was smaller, so I ended up putting the drums facing the wall. But I put a mirror. That way you can actually see the person, I mean, it's kind of weird, but it actually works. Because I only did that for recording purposes for myself.
I'm not gonna lie, Joey. I don't know why, but that's really fucking weird to me.
Yeah, I know.
No eye contact.
Like, I have no clue why in my head I'm like, that's not fucking right at all.
No, yeah.
Is
You
it to
put-
make sure he's not a vampire?
The mirrors are angled, so when I'm playing
there's
against
a lot of-
the wall,
Hold on,
I'm looking at this
I'm
mirror.
sorry, dude. I'm stuck on the vampire thing. Like, one day, you're just gonna sit down at your
Yeah,
drums
I'm
and you're
not
gonna look
there.
back and you're like,
Where the fuck did he go?
Joey's just standing there sparkling.
You just see some bass or some guitar just floating.
It's like, it's cool, bro. I'm a day walker.
Nah, but
Sorry, I
that was
didn't
the
mean to
only way
derail the
there,
whole shit.
because you're only given what you have, and I'm very grateful that my wife, gives me the opportunity to just play,
Yeah, she's
Shout out to her.
she never,
she's so fucking cool, dude.
yeah,
Christina is
love you, baby.
awesome.
Shout out.
So the thing is, she, was like, do whatever you want, and the thing is, that small room really needed some way, and at the very beginning though, I was recording by myself. I didn't even know Josh at the time. I was just recording, so I just needed just space to where I can jump on the samples. I can hit the keys or whatever, play the drums at the same time.
Sure.
And then it just worked out. I just kept it there. And then he came over, and I was like, hey, the drum is facing the wall. There's a big mirror, but you could just look and you'll see me, And
Do you ever just stare at him really intensely in the mirror while you're playing? Just one eyebrow raised, just kind of slightly bobbing your head, because the mirror thing is so fucking buck wild to me in my head.
I feel like Diesel Beats needs to do that. Not look at anybody, but
That would be
Look at
whoa.
Just face the wall.
I feel like
Put
we
a
would
mirror
summon
for
some
him.
sort of weird ass demon.
Y'all
if
are
we
more
did
than welcome
that.
to take a picture of it for real. It's the only way that it would fit, and they work.
I think I've talked about on this podcast before we built. By the way, we're at Mockingbird Sound in Denton, Texas. It's a totally legit studio that you should give money to if you're a local musician.
unless you're the cops, then
Unless
we're
you're the
totally
cops, then
not
please
here.
actually just don't come by.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other shit to do around here.
Right?
Firemen.
There you go.
Firemen are different. They're goddamn heroes. Cops can be very mean sometimes, but we're not even going to touch on that. That's for a different podcast. My point was, lost my point on the cop thing.
There you go.
Son of a bitch.
Sidetracked.
mirrors and
I'm good at that.
vampires.
Mirrors and vampire.
Keep it on your toes.
I have brought this up on the podcast before. We're in this sweet studio now, and we worked really hard, and this is a badass studio, and it's legit. But before we had this place, Dieselby started off in this shitty fucking warehouse about 15 miles down the road. and it was a cave, and there were just like fucking Persian rugs for soundproofing, and it was just a fucking hole. And I wrote some of the best music I ever wrote in that place.
Yeah.
Right.
And your little practice room, it kind of has that vibe, because like here at this studio, I personally, and it's a great space, and I personally am writing metal songs, so I need like a dingy fucking shit space. You know what I mean? Like, and like that's how I really vibed with that space. And the first time I ever jammed in your space, it was. Now I'm not saying it's dingy or shitty, but it had that kind of vibe. It's like shit can be created here. This is an inspiring space.
Well,
you know,
that was the goal. You know, when you know, like I said, I always have to give props to my wife, because like she allowed me to do that. You know, because it's basically like you could just go in,
it's just like the
plug in and go, you know. And when he came over, I mean, it was just like, dude, just play. You know, just all you have to do. We don't have to set up shit or nothing. It's already right there.
See, and that's
what I could like
record.
You know, it's already ready to go. You know, and
Yeah, because you invited me over for a barbecue or something, and I'm not kidding. This is like a fucking closet, and he's got a ton of gear in it. It's a very small room. And so we crammed like me and my wife and then your entire fucking family in this room.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I looked in the mirror. I followed people in the mirror.
Jaws you in.
Oh, this is fucking weird.
Yeah,
The mirror's spooky.
Yeah. Well,
But it's a great space, though. I mean, like, immediately you just kind of feel the vibe of creation in that kind of a place.
I'm hoping to, like, post pictures of it, because, you know, like, there's a lot of art all over the walls, you know. I mean, I imagine, you know, like, if you're going to hang out...
You should call it the penis hole.
The penis hole.
That's right. That is the best idea.
The penis hole. Like,
You
think you've been to the South Pole. You know, like, wait till you've been to the penis hole.
No, but what I love about this interview is, like, Joey is clearly an artistic personality. Like, he's a very creative, gentle soul who named his band after a dick and wants to yell at you. And I love that about him. And then Josh is just like, I fucking love you, Joey, and we're gonna make this happen, buddy.
Right. Well, see, like I said, man, like when I met him, this guy, he was absolutely shy as fuck.
How did you meet? I'm curious.
It was a friend. Our friend his name's Jeff. Jeff Spencer. He's a awesome cat, man.
And you guys work at in the medical field, pulling stuff out of people's butts.
Yeah, he's. We work with a bunch of proctologists and stuff, you know. So we thought, like, whoa, why don't we just like go ahead and roll with it, you know? Like, it's kind of fun.
What do you ever think a proctologist just looks at the X-ray like, how the fuck did you even get that thing in there?
Dude, I actually have a funny story, an ER story.
Please fucking tell it.
All right. Back in the day, I used to work at an ER in West Virginia.
Let's not name the brand just in case this gets incriminated.
So I was in the radiology department, and we really don't know what we're taking, other than, you know, like they shoot an image, like, hey, take the image of an abdomen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. And basically, ER, you can either shoot digital, you know, to the radiologist, or you just print for the ER.
Right.
And there's a digital printer, and there it was. It was like all of a sudden, like as it like started going up, you saw like this device lodged in to the, you know, like.
When you say device, what?
Yeah, let's get some details. Like device, like a transformer,
Like or like a lava lamp,
A race car.
maybe like
a rubber fist. Like,
the stiletto part of a high heel.
right?
We're gonna keep guessing.
I'm just going by the radiology report, you know, like, but
was it like a balled up bike chain?
No.
Just keep guessing.
It was. It kind of looked like a flashlight, kind of, you know, like there's batteries in it, you know.
Was the flashlight on?
No.
Was
Okay,
it
we don't know.
See, that's the thing, though. If it was on, it would have been like a fuzzy image.
I need answer one question for me, please.
Yes, sir.
Did this person have a large dildo embedded in their abdomen?
Yes, she did. She did.
So that's a bad day when you lose it.
What it was, we had to like, after we like printed the images, to like wheel her back into the ER, you know, because we were like, oh,
You can't walk. You have a dick in you.
it's stuck way in there, and we kind of like had a a bet, like, man, I bet you was trying to try to get it out, and it just kept lodging it like way further up. It's kind of it was stuck in there, man. It was pretty bad. Anyways, but we
Did they get it out?
The radiology report was the best part, though. The funny thing is, like the radiologist. Apparently, there's this one dude. He's like old. He's like, obviously, it's a mechanical.
It's a device. He's like, just say it. Just say it, dude. Fucking
it's a fucking dildo. No, he did. He's like, an obvious mechanical device, batteries. And they said, like, man, it would have been funny if it was still going because it would have been a blurry image. It went, man, like just fuzz. So it obviously died. She was from another county. She was from another county. They had to drive her to another county because other people knew other people.
No, hold up. Before you get all judgmental,
man.
If you were say this, man, like you had a rough day at work. You go home. You're not feeling great about yourself. Decide to take a steamy shower, put on some candles, Manalo, something, whatever. I'm not judging.
Guar.
Yeah. Whatever gets you off. Some anal cunt, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to pull out Big Tom, we'll say the dildo is called. And then, like, things are going great. And then you just lose Big Tom up your ass.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to your local hospital with that shit? Or are you just going to hop in the car and drive a couple counties over?
Go to the next county or
So the fact that she was from another county is not shocking to me.
What was funny is she's like, I bet you don't see that every day. I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't. As I'm wheeling her back to the ER room, like, oh, shit. And, of course, we're like, well, what happened? And she's like, well, she's asked to get it surgically removed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Did she, go at it with a drumstick? How the fuck?
I don't know. I don't want to know. It's West Virginia, man. It's like, just leave it to those folks.
Perhaps that is deep in meth country, and to my tweak-inclined friends.
Yeah. But, honestly, I don't see that.
What?
It's like jumped off a roof with it.
Oh, man. That's an image.
You would like to think they tried, though,
Whatever they did it too much, I think.
Yeah. All right. So as stimulating as that is, and it is, definitely newsworthy. But let's steer it back. So,
I just couldn't
what was the last show that you guys played?
It was at Andy's. I think it was February 9th.
What was the bill?
We opened, and then it was, what was the
hip-hop group?
It was like a hip-hop group.
But it was for Wee Beasties.
Yeah, and then the Wee Beasties...
Like their
was it
there was no, somebody was
Fab
reuniting.
Deuce? Was it Fab Deuce? Because I know that it wasn't Fab Deuce. Okay.
And then, do you all have anything lined up?
Not yet. We're hoping to get something soon.
So
we're
actually no,
recording right now.
Because I actually wanted to talk about that. One of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on specifically is because this show is not necessarily about grabbing who's the most popular around the scene.
Obviously, we're on it.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like we have a different kind of vibe. What I really wanted to do, I want to promote people that maybe you might not know about.
Right.
For sure. And so I want people out there to listen to this interview, realize that these charming best friends are just skipping through a fucking thrashy cornfield together. Just fucking, they got DRI patch matching tattoos. That would be sweet if you did. It would be like, and I'm not talking about sweet like awesome. I mean like fucking sweet. That would be like butterflies and rainbows and shit. These true to life best friends want their band to succeed, and I want their band to succeed. So if you're out there and you are a booker or just a fan, fucking hit up a bar and tell them you want to hear more PainÜs. Tell them you want some stiff PainÜs. Please do that for me. But yeah, no. One of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on was because you are relatively not unknown, but you don't get that many opportunities right now, and I want that to change because I think that you're fucking ready. Like you're a great band.
We are. That's the thing though too. I don't mean to cut you, man, but like we work too. I mean, we're working. Yeah. We're working guys.
I don't know any metalhead or anybody that plays heavy music that is not also have a job.
Just Jason.
So we have
Jason.
We just there you go.
Producer just quit. Thank you for attending the last episode of Warlord.
And now there's a noticeable lack of sound quality. Right?
But yeah, no, I get the. You can't always book because I mean, if it was up to me, I'd book 5 nights a week. But I work with very heavy machinery, and if I show up on 2 hours of sleep and have a hangover, I could kill a lot of people. So
Well, we're open for house parties because we're not like a 7-man group.
Actually, in this town, the house party scene has been looking up for sure. Your house is too nice. You need to find shit at your house to throw.
No, the wife would not allow that.
No.
Shit. She'd be like, "Fuck that shit, get them out."
But yeah, anybody out there, especially if you're listening in Denton and you've got the house venues, because they're closing down all the band venues in this town. But these house parties are cropping up, and these house parties have been fun.
Yeah.
Like real fun, because nobody gives a fuck, and there's not a bartender there to cut you off, and there's kids passed out on the front porch, and it takes you back, for sure.
It's pretty rad that J&J's is back, and I feel like that's actually absorbing a lot of the
I agree.
fact that like Haley's is gone, and Abbey Underground is in the process of leaving, and
Yep.
Andy's is there, but they're kind of all over the map as far as booking and all that kind of stuff. So.
I have a question for y'all then. What's your favorite venue that y'all played here in town?
In town? Oh, man, because if we're going like all the way, like throughout time.
Yes.
Fuck. Cool Bean shows were always a shitload of fun.
Yeah. Rooftop.
Cool
Yeah,
Beans was
dude.
fun as
And
shit.
I don't even think they do that anymore over there.
They
No.
don't. Do they show movies still?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do anything on that roof anymore.
Do
Like,
they,
you
they
can
don't even
drink
have
there
people?
now, yeah.
Because of the apartments that they
Yeah.
put up.
But for anybody that doesn't know, we had this place in this town that has been, they just gentrified the shit out of that area, didn't they?
Right.
But we had this place called Fry Street. It was right next to the campus in this town, and it was like a fucking little crust punk strip, and it was fun as hell. And there was this bar out there called Cool Beans, and they had an open air stage on
the
top
roof.
of the venue.
Yeah.
And what that basically means is if your band is any good, you're just going to draw randos off the street, so it's usually a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
And I miss those shows. And you remember, did you ever play the roof? Everybody here has played the roof?
I played
at
the
least
roof.
once?
Yeah, I have.
Do you remember having to load your gear up those rickety-ass wooden stairs? Like, dude, you would be on these things, and if there was a stiff wind, the whole staircase would just, it was scary as fuck, dude. And you're like with cabs and shit going up that thing.
Yeah. What was the other venue that was there on Fry that it closed down, but it was pretty close to Cool Beans, same side of the street?
J&J's, or not J&J's,
No.
Rick's?
TJ's.
TJ's. Well,
TJ's,
TJ's.
yeah.
Okay, what you don't.
TJ's,
TJ's
TJ's
is the Abbey Underground.
It will say, yes.
Same owners and
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
When
right.
TJ's closed down, because TJ's was awesome, and what I loved about TJ's is this was back in the day when they were very liberal about the drinking age in this town, perhaps.
Right.
And
Allegedly.
so, allegedly,
Right.
because that was about the time I was running around. I was like 19, but I had a beard, so I could kind of pull it off in the right light.
All right.
And so you could go to a show and get fucking wasted at TJ's, and nobody batted an eye. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And then
played there. I remember like they actually had an open outdoor area, and
Yeah.
they decided like they were gonna cover it up, and finally they actually covered it up. You know, like where they
With like a
actually had-
barn almost or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all tin roof and stuff, but it was cool though, man. And it was like at least it's like it's like a venue, you know, but it's still kind of gravel, you know, or something
Yeah.
like that. So, but it was really neat, man. I mean, and all of a sudden it just went away.
Years ago, we had a lot of fun at Rubber Gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rubber
like
Gloves
they-
was
yes, sir.
great.
It was a really good
Yeah,
place,
it was
and then
a
it
Played there too, man.
Yeah, Rubber Gloves
it went
was awesome.
downhill, and then
It
now it's
did.
closed. But
Well, it
for
went
a
from
while,
like DIY to like this place is sort of falling apart.
yeah. But for there was a window there where
Where it was
Rubber
like a
Gloves
golden age.
was the place to play if you were an underground band
Yeah,
because they would
absolutely.
play
That's where I
underground
saw
bands.
like Red Fang.
Yeah, and Goat Whore and Municipal
Yeah, man, I was
Waste and a
like,
bunch of the
Dude,
Sword.
Modest
I
Mouse.
saw
Y'all know
Municipal
Modest
Waste.
Mouse? They played there like
So,
years
yeah,
ago.
so
man.
Job for a Cowboy there.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
man, Job for the first time I heard Job for a Cowboy, I was like, that band's heavy as fuck. And then about 2 albums in, I was like, all these songs sound exactly
Right.
like the same. So yeah, apparently I'm doing hot takes on Meg White,
right.
Job for a Cowboy. And what was the other thing?
Keep it coming.
Yeah, just
Either
keep
way,
it coming.
just keep it coming.
Dude,
Doctors that will not call a dildo a dildo.
Right.
Come on, man, sack up.
Dude, I went to a show where they played with Skeleton Witch.
Yeah. I
And-
think I was there because I saw Skeleton Witch there.
But it was like a Wednesday or
Yeah.
something. And then I think this vocalist from Drop for a Cowboy was pissed because there weren't that many people there.
Right.
He's like, this is why we don't fucking play in Texas. And I was like, what?
The name of your band is Job for a Cowboy. I feel like you're failing if you can't book well in Texas. You might as well have called your shit barbecue ribs. So anyway, we have got to close out here very soon. But first off, I want to thank you guys for coming on. And I hope that you get many book gigs for this. And I hope that you get huge and people just fucking throw panties at you. Like, I truly wish that for you guys.
Granny panties, please.
Granny panties. You heard it here. Oh my God! Please throw granny panties at this dude. Let's make that a fucking thing. Right. Everybody throw granny underwear at PainÜs when they play, please. I want that to be like synonymous with PainÜs. It's just getting chucked in the face with granny panties.
I feel like that should be y'all's merch.
Fuck yeah, dude! Some PainÜs granny panties. I would make that happen. But
It's like on the booty.
Yeah.
we don't really have like an outro segment. I feel like we should. Maybe we'll address that in the future. But what are you hoping to get out of this right now? Like, do you just want to write good songs and have a great time? Do you want to take the world by storm? Do you want to fucking just make sure that people hear it? Like, where do you want to go, do you think? Or anywhere. Do you guys just want to work at WoolMed, throw Dr. Pepper at each other and play guitar?
I feel like it's half and half, man. Like, I like having a good time. That's how it started out.
Yeah.
Was just jamming, drinking beers, hanging out, not really thinking about songs and stuff. And then we're like,
we're a band, but we don't really want to think about songs. We just really want to drink beer and be friends.
One thing at a time.
You guys have the most fucking sweet situation going on.
But then it was like, man, dude, I was so sick of the folk here, man. I was sick of it. Joey was sick of it.
In case you don't know, Denton, we have some very talented acts, but like 90% of it is folk acts. We have a Mumford & Sons fucking epidemic.
It is lacking. It is big time lacking heavy music.
Very much so.
I was here, I moved here like 2011.
So, like, you moved here right as it started to fucking end.
Yes.
Right.
And I was like, what happened, And I'm like I want to bring something back.
Yeah, because when I was coming up, and I've been in bands especially in this town forever.
Yeah.
Like, there were ups and downs, but I mean, we used to have a hugely, like, I'm going to admit this one time on the metal podcast. I feel like it's not really that metal, but fuck you, I'm me, and this is my story sometimes. I was in a ska band. It was a very good ska band. I played fast as fuck in that ska band. Kiss my ass. My ska band was sick. But that was at a time, especially locally, where there were still bands.
See, me, honestly, dude, I want to be part of Denton from when I first came here back in. I was I was young, man. It was in 95, 96 in Fry Street Fair.
Yeah.
And I saw Brutal Juice, and it blew
Smashing
my mind.
fucking bottles over his head and
blew
setting
my
his
mind.
pants on
and
fire.
to me, they're still one of my favorite bands. I hail them as one of the greatest fucking bands of all time. And to me, during that time, I was like, man, this is a heavy place to be. To bring the fury, that sound again,
Well, we used to have a ton of punk.
Yeah, it was and then to have that folk shit, just sweep, no, fuck that. Let's bring the metal back. Where's the balls, I mean? Where did it go, So seeing you guys, being here, it makes me, feel excited. It's okay, maybe we're, on the right path of what it was before, and that's what we're trying to do is, try to be that, again, part of that wave, because I always believe, man, it all goes for full circle, I mean, there's always a downfall, but eventually it'll come back, and, the kids are going to want to hear something, and, not necessarily be angry about, but, just have something to just, have a good time, and just, just
I
like
think that
we all did when we were kids.
There's a lot of people that still need to feel like kind of a primal release sometimes, and you only get that with aggressive music and pits and shit like that. You ever look at a bunch of kids in a pit, that's really healthy to me. Like they're just jumping around, bumping into each other, picking each other up when they fall, fucking not grabbing boobs and stuff. Like there's an etiquette going on, and these. I mean, it's good for you. You know what I mean? Are you dying?
Well,
Jason allegedly just sits back there and smokes space weed and fucking hits buttons.
one of the coolest things, though, man, like when we last played, you know, like at Andy's, you know, one of the guitarists of Brutal Juice happened to be in the crowd, you know, and he just
Did you geek out a little bit?
Dude, yeah, I did. But he was like, dude, awesome, man, and he actually says like, y'all are like kind of like remind me of the early Butthole Surfers, you know. It's like cool, yeah. So there's PainÜs and Butthole Surfers. Like I don't know, that's like a weird thing or whatever. I also
What it
heard
is it to me it shows a lack of fear. It's like we stand above. You're going to look at this PainÜs. You're going to enjoy this PainÜs. You're going to eventually worship this PainÜs.
And then next to somebody
Worship the
her, to him, she's like, "Y'all remind me of like Ministry." It's like, all right, well, cool, you know.
I can definitely see some of that.
Motorhead and Clutch as
yeah,
well.
Clutch and Motorhead. So I was like, all right,
So I was like, okay,
we'll
thank
take
you.
that, you know.
Right.
That's
It's
a
heavy. You're a little
compliment.
thrashier than Clutch for sure, but Clutch writes really good guitar riffs. So again, suck it, metal community.
Well, you know, the thing about songwriting, we write songs like just in any given moment, you know. So I mean, you might have a new one come next week.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean that's the thing about
Because there's fucking two of you, and you
Yeah, I
streamlined
know.
rock and roll.
There's nobody to like. Oh wait, like you know, so and so's not coming over. You know?
I feel like
Can't
like
play.
you guys should schedule band meetings.
Yeah, but not just
like
like
and
with
then,
a
take
calendar and
notes
everything.
And be like, all right, so what are we doing?
Josh
First,
present.
open beer.
Yeah.
Joey present.
All right, good. And,
PBR present.
he's
I
like-
moved to go and get some
tacos.
beer.
Hold on.
Seconded.
Where's the tacos? We forgot the tacos. Like, God damn it! Like, where's Torchy's is not open, by the way. You guys excited?
Yeah, there's the Torchies coming in. Those are some
I am
goddamn
so
tacos.
excited.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Torchy's.
So, we like to thank you guys so much for coming out. We hope
Yes,
you
sir.
well,
Thanks,
again
man.
book
Yeah,
many,
thank
many,
you
many,
guys,
many
man.
shows.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming
And
out,
we hope that
guys.
you out there that listen to us enjoyed the PainÜs tracks. Where can they find you online if they did enjoy the PainÜs and they want more PainÜs?
You can find us
SoundCloud.
on SoundCloud. Basically, you know, just put PainÜs or PainÜs, I guess.
And how do you actually
Unless-
type that shit out? Do you actually have to like
P-A-I-N,
enact the
U,
umlaut
S,
feature
yeah.
on your computer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're
Well,
also on Facebook, but I think we're like actually trying to like branch out. And,
On his Instagram as well, PainÜs Band. So you can
We
follow
will
us.
when PainÜs goes national, as it were, on all of the streaming sites. We'll post a thing up on our social media pages too, which we again need to get on. So, thank you everybody for listening to
Yeah,
Warlord
thanks,
Radio.
guys. We
Thank you,
really
PainÜs, for
appreciate
coming
it.
out.
Thanks.
We love
Everybody,
y'all, man. For
check
real.
out these. Yeah, man, check out these PainÜs tracks, and thank
For
you
real.
from Warlord Radio. Enjoy the PainÜs.